Hello, my name is Ahmed, and today we're going to tackle one of the absolute biggest theories for your WAEC, JAMB, and NECO exams, the social contract theory. So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the basics. Why do we even have governments? Then we'll meet the three key thinkers you absolutely have to know. After that, we're diving into some real past questions from WAEC, JAMB, and NECO. And to wrap it all up, I'll share my top tips to help you lock in that A1. Okay, first step, why government exists. Let's really get to the bottom of the why behind our laws, our society, the whole shebang. So, have you ever really stopped to think about it? Why do we obey laws? Why do we have a government in the first place? Your exams, they love to ask this in different ways, but the core answer, the big idea, is always the social contract. It all boils down to this really powerful choice. Imagine a time with no rules, no police. That's the state of nature. Sounds pretty chaotic, right? Well, the social contract is basically everyone agreeing to give up a little bit of that chaotic freedom in exchange for safety, for order, and for protection of our rights. All right, section 2, the three big ideas. This is where it gets really interesting because three major thinkers had totally different takes on this whole contract thing, and you have to know the difference. First up is Thomas Hobbes. And let me tell you, this guy was not an optimist. He had a super dark view of what life would be like without a strong government, famously calling it, well, just this. And this table here, man, he just lays it all out perfectly. You've got Hobbes, who's all about having an absolute ruler to stop us from falling into chaos. Then you have John Locke, and wow, his idea was a game changer. He said government is only there to protect our natural rights. And finally, you have Rousseau, who was all about the community, the general will of the people. Okay, so knowing the theory is great, but what really matters is how you use it to get those exam marks. So let's jump into some WAEC exam practice and see exactly what they're looking for. Alright, check this out. It's a real essay question from WAEC 2015 paper. They're asking you to break down Rousseau's specific ideas for 10 marks. Okay, so to nail this and get all 10 marks, you've got to be specific. You have to say the rights are surrendered to the community, not some king. And seriously, drop in those keywords: general will, popular sovereignty. That's what tells the examiner, hey, this student knows their stuff. Okay, now let's try a multiple choice one. This is from WAEC 2020. It's asking about John Locke. Now, when you hear John Locke, what's the one word that should pop into your head? It's rights. His whole thing is about rights. So take a look. A, B, C, or D? It's got to be B, right? The protection of natural rights. Simple as that. All right, another one. This is from 2018, and it's a quote question. Who said life in the state of nature was solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short? That's a super pessimistic view. Who does that sound like? That's Hobbes' most famous line. So the answer is B, Thomas Hobbes. Easy marks if you know it. Alright, let's switch it up and look at JAMB and NECO. The ideas are the same, but you'll notice the questions can be a bit different. Let's start with JAMB. Okay, JAMB 2019. This one gets right to the heart of the whole theory. Think about it. What is a contract? It's an agreement, right? Something you choose to enter. So which of these options fits that idea of a voluntary agreement? It's C, consent of the governed. That's the whole foundation. I like this one from JAM 2017. It's all about the keywords. Popular sovereignty. That just means power to the people. So which of our three guys was all about the power of the community as a whole? You got it. That's Rousseau. So C is our answer. Okay, be careful with this one from JAM 2021. See that word? Not. They're trying to trick you. Who is not a social contract theorist? We know our main three are Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau. So who's the odd one out? Yeah, it's Karl Marx. He's a completely different school of thought. So D is the correct answer. Okay, a last round of practice questions. Let's hit some NECO questions to really make sure this is all sinking in. You ready? Alright, NECO 2019. It asks about absolute sovereignty. That means total unlimited power. Which thinker was so afraid of chaos that he wanted one all-powerful ruler, the Leviathan, to keep everyone in line? That's Hobbes for sure, so the answer is C. Okay, another one on Locke, this time from NECO 2020. What is the main purpose of government for him? Now they're trying to be a bit tricky here, but remember Locke's core idea. Why do we even form a government according to him? It's all about protecting our property and our natural rights. So B is the best answer here. And here's an essay-style one from NECO 2016, a comparison question. This is where structure is your best friend. You'd start with Hobbes, explaining his view. The state of nature is basically a war zone. Then you directly contrast that with Locke, who saw it as mostly peaceful and reasonable. The big difference? Hobbes is a pessimist. Locke is an optimist. Easy. All right, we've done the theory, we've done the practice. Now let's finish up with some of my top A1 exam tips to make sure you absolutely crush this topic. So for any essay question, please follow the structure. Start with a solid definition of the social contract, then in the body, break down the ideas of each philosopher. And for bonus marks at the end, connect it to something real, like how Nigeria's constitution starts with "we the people." That shows real deep understanding. Okay, this is super important. The number one mistake I see students make year after year is mixing up the thinkers, especially Hobbes and Locke. So I'm giving you a memory shortcut that's an absolute lifesaver. Just remember this. H, harsh, he wants an absolute king, and L, liberal, he wants a limited government. Got it? H is harsh. L is liberal. It will save you in that exam hall, I promise. You guys did fantastic work today. Seriously. Keep practicing these ideas, keep going through those past questions, and you'll be on your way to that A1. And hey, for a ton more lessons and practice questions, head over to www.examkp.com.